Today we're going to be talking about aura, more specifically NBA players who don't have it. Now, I'm not saying these players are trash or anything because most of the players in the list are actually pretty good for the most part. I definitely wouldn't mind them being on my team. But the first player on the list is an exception because he's not very good. Matter of fact, he's not even in the NBA anymore. And that player is Feran Kosmas, who's playing in the EuroLeague now for Monaco. Now, he's not on the list because he's bad, right? Because there are plenty of players in the league who overstay their welcome. But we don't consider them to have no aura because, quite frankly, nobody cares. They're just chilling, maybe playing garbage time minutes here and there, but they're harmless. With Kosmas though, we have a good reason. We're going to talk about the fact that he dropped this random high-budget, commercial quality-looking workout video for no reason. Nobody was saying, damn, I'm really trying to see a Feran Kosmas training video right now. And he posted this video just to go on to shoot 28.9% from the three. 28.9%! Fucking Westbrook is shooting better than that most seasons. And the league's average is 35.9%. And you're telling me, a guy who is known strictly as a sharpshooter, put all his VC and badges into shooting, is now shooting 28.9% from the fucking three. Just to be relegated to a garbage time player before being booted out the fucking league, bro. Also, on a side note, how the fuck does Basketball Reference come up with some of these nicknames? Because who the fuck was calling him the Turkish Delight? That's a disgrace to the Turkish population. He ain't no delight, he's a fucking nightmare. Turkey has had way better players like Hido Turkoglu or even Ersan Ilyasova was a better player than this bum. Even though Ersan is probably Uzbek, not Turkish, but fuck it. He's a better representation for the people of Turkey. But no, all of this and his shittiness could have been excused if not for the fact that this guy requested a trade, then after no team wanted him, re-signed with the team, then requested a trade again, and nobody wanted him again, then he finally gets traded as a contract filler just to get waived immediately and signed by absolutely nobody. This motherfucker really requested a trade after his rookie season where he played 5 minutes a game shooting 29.4% from the three, and somehow shot even worse in his total shooting, fucking 28.6%. Understandably, nobody wanted him, and he realized this when nobody came calling to trade for a 28.6% sharpshooter, so he re-signed with the team. And after re-signing, he actually had a good season, almost 10 points, 40% from the three, and posted a similar production in the next season, on some dollar store JJ Redick type of timing. Not bad, not bad. But then in the summer, heading into his next season, he dropped the monstrosity that is his workout video. And then followed that up with his all-time classic season where he shot 29.4% from the three. After this, he was sent to the Shadow Realm where he got a cool 8-9 minutes a game in his next 2 seasons before requesting a trade again. But to no one's surprise, nobody wanted him yet again. But don't worry, our boy Furkan finally got his wish this past trade deadline when he got traded to Indiana. But unfortunately, they didn't want him either, so he got waived immediately. Surely somebody would want him now, right? No, bro got no interest yet again from anyone in the NBA, so he would take his talents to Europe and sign with Monaco in August. Part of me feels bad for bro because I can empathize on a human level of getting rejected again and again, but also part of me is like, he brought this upon himself. Dude was requesting trades when his value was next to nothing. Like, what the fuck did he think was going to happen? Teams would line up for a sharpshooter who can't shoot? Next up on the list is Derek White, and I gotta say, it's sad for me to put him on the list because I actually like him as a player, I would definitely take him on the Heat because he just seems like a quiet guy who's just focused on basketball. Although, to be fair, the recent clip of him getting into it in a football game surprised me. I didn't know he got an angry side to him, although it was not a good look because bro got his hat knocked off by a generic Trump supporter looking old man. But to be fair, it wasn't worth getting into it with that guy. He's a nobody and got nothing to lose, unlike Derek White. But my question is, where the fuck was all this energy when this happened?
Having good spacing, letting them do what they do, and
26 points in this one, 11 out of 16 from the floor, 2 out of 5.
Yes, sir. Captain Ernie, sir.
Is that Derek White or Stephen A? Damn, Derek. We love you, Stephen A.
I join you in the head shake.
Yes, sir.
Damn, Stephen A. Stephen A. played for the Celtics.
He having 20.
He do first take in the morning and play for the Celtics. That dude's gonna be
never
tired.
find-
Guys averaging 25 points a game in the series.
25 a game.
And here are these guys going like this.
You'll never find a hairline like mine.
I didn't even play the whole clip, but this was just 2 straight minutes of 2 bald men just roasting his hairline. Like, how the fuck does that even happen? This is like getting called broke by a homeless, or getting called short by Muggsy Bogues. Like when he had that high-ass headband, we just gave him the benefit of the doubt. Surely it was the headband that was holding his hair back. But nope, that shit was as dog shit as advertised. But still, he could have redeemed himself. Roast their shit back. Post a Spider-Man meme. Do something. But no response. In the very next season, this motherfucker decides to join them and become bald. Like what? How the fuck did you just let 2 fat old bald men bully you into shaving your shit off? Anything else could have been better. He could have kept his shitty hairline and that would have been better. Or better yet, just go to Turkey and pull a Antonio Conte, or better yet, LeBron. Nah man, I'm sorry. Between this and the football game incident, this brother got a tendency to get bullied by fat old men. And you can't be letting that shit happen to you. Especially when you're an NBA player in your prime. Speaking about getting bullied, Dillon Brooks gotta be the most disappointing player for me, man. Back when he first started this shit-talking arc, I was like, yes, finally. We needed a villain in the NBA. No more of this respect fest. Like, let's be real, man. What's more entertaining? Having a league full of buddy-buddies, or a league with their storyline and actual beef where players don't like each other and there's actually tension? Let's be real, this shit's just entertainment at the end of the day. Basically keeping up with the Kardashians for men. But anyways, yeah, Dillon Brooks. This guy was always known for talking the biggest shit. And he had potential to become a player who could have brought mad content to the NBA if he was actually good. Bro was beefing with the 2 biggest and most hated teams in the Lakers and the Warriors. And if he managed to shit talk and not shit the bed on the court against them, I already know hella motherfuckers would have been on his dick. Let's be real, if he backed up his shit talk against Draymond Green, everyone would have been on his side. But instead, all the shit Draymond said about how the dynasty starts after Dillon Brooks leaves Memphis and his teammates not liking him ended up sounding true after dude left the team in one of the most embarrassing ways possible, when his own team said he can't come back under no circumstances. Under no circumstances? Like bro, when Miles Bridges allegedly assaulted his girlfriend in front of their kids, he got a better treatment from his team. They didn't release him, they just let him hit the free agency after the season ended. There was damn sure no goddamn under no circumstances comment. Matter of fact, they brought bro back as soon as they could, and he got 3 years, $75 million, living his best life, doing freestyles, sounding like a dollar store T-Grizzly, while Dillon Brooks can't be brought back under no circumstance. What the fuck? I never heard some shit like that. His downfall truly happened in that playoff series against the Warriors, where he was shooting bricks after bricks, building a good old brick house in game 1, shooting 3 for 13, with Memphis ending up losing by 1. But that wasn't the worst of it, because in the very next game, after putting up his vintage performance of bricking shots by missing his first 3 shots in the first 3 minutes, he decided to commit one of the dumbest fouls I've ever seen, where he cocked his shit back and swiped his arm straight at Gary Payton Jr.'s head. Like, bro wasn't even going for the ball. That shit was just straight up dumb and dangerous. I guess he was tired of his own performance bricking every shot and decided to save the Grizzlies from his own dangerously mediocre play by getting sent off. And you know what? That shit ended up working out because the Grizzlies ended up winning the game. Unfortunately for the Grizzlies, Dillon Brooks would end up coming back and they would end up losing the series in 6 games. But you know, at least he would end up dropping 30 in their final game where they lost by 14. You know, we'll just ignore him shooting 32% from the field throughout the whole series. At this point, it was pretty bad for Brooks. But you know, not the worst. He was at like minus 50 aura. But shit, it was over for him in the next season when he played against the Lakers in the playoffs, where after Memphis beat Lakers in the game 2, our boy Dillon was feeling himself after shooting a cold 5 for 14 and committing 5 fouls. You know, real Dillon Brooks type shit. He decided to trash talk LeBron, calling him old and saying he won't respect him until he drops 40. Well shit, LeBron ain't dropped 40, but Dillon continued to shoot bricks after bricks, and Memphis got dropped off in the next 2 games. But them losing the games is not even the worst of it, because for all the shit he talked, he couldn't handle the heat and ran away from interviews every game he was getting dropped off. Like what? Come on, bro. If you're gonna talk shit, at least be ready to stand on that shit and not run away the second shit starts hitting the fan. That shit's just weak, man. But I didn't even mention the worst part, because this clip right here is going to haunt this man forever. I don't even know how the fuck this shit happened. Like, the Grizzlies just lost and this man is walking back to his hotel like a normal pedestrian. Like, what the fuck? Where's the team bus or any sort of vehicle? He could have at least ordered Uber XL or some. But no, instead he had to take a walk of shame. And I can't imagine something worse than getting heckled by a bunch of Edgar Laker fans in Los Angeles, with the only one who's on your side is the cameraman who's glazing Brooks for no reason. Also, what the fuck is that fit? Whatever the fuck the monstrosity he was wearing when he shit-talked LeBron, I let that shit slide. But I'm sorry, I can't let this one slide. What the fuck is he dressed like my lesbian auntie? His own team was tired of this shit, so they told him they wouldn't bring him back under no circumstance for no reason. Like, that shit was not needed. They could have just told him, unfortunately, we can't bring you back, but thanks for your contributions, or any other cookie cutter response. But no, they really told him to go fuck himself on the way out. Bro really turned out to be a shitty Draymond Green. Like, damn, man, I should have seen this shit coming. This dude's from Canada, went to college in Oregon, and his name Dylan. Next up, we are moving up on the tiers of no aura. We're talking about Rudy Gobert. I've never seen a player who's as much of a non-existent factor on offense as Gobert, especially for a supposed top player who's getting paid $46 million a year. Like, dude is so trash on offense that his own teammates don't trust him to score on guards who are like 10 inches shorter than him. Like, come on, bruh. How much skill does posting up people who you tower over take? I think you could put the Big Show on the NBA court, and he would do a better job imposing his will and scoring in the post over these little ass guards. Bro can't shoot from the free throw, mid-range, or the three, and can't even impose his will when he's 7 fucking 1. Like, bro, watch this shit. He hits one fadeaway shot, and the Kings bench goes crazy because they can't believe that he hit a fucking fadeaway shot. I ain't ever seen a more disrespected player on offense ever. Another clip, look at this shit. Rudy Gobert airballs a free throw with his ugly ass shot, and you got the whole Clippers bench laughing at him like he's some fucking bum. Although I guess he is. Like, dude, this guy was trying to cosplay as Draymond Green and hit his teammate, but shit, knowing Gobert, of course he missed a punch. Like, shit, this guy can't hit shots, can't hit punches. What the fuck does he do? But okay, you want to say he's a great player because he's one of, if not the best player in the NBA in defense. I mean, after all, this man won 4 fucking Defensive Player of the Year awards, but I'm not gonna lie, this guy is the biggest fraud in the NBA. This man is Jordan Belfort, Sam Bankman-Fried, Elizabeth Holmes of the NBA. I don't care what anybody says about the advanced stats. Oh, he's NBA PPR and EBRTWEXYZ is the best in the NBA. I don't care. I know what I see, and you can't tell me this guy deserved to win 4 separate Defensive Player of the Year awards when we have players like Anthony Davis and Bam Adebayo doing their things. And boy, I'm glad everyone got to see just how fraudulent this bum was in playoffs this year, getting cooked throughout the playoffs, French toast, baguette, croissant style. When you're the Defensive Player of the Year, you're expected to be able to guard even the best players in the league, right? His performance against Jokic in the playoffs this year was a fucking disgrace. Jokic was cooking his brother left and right, making him look like just another guy. Like, you could have replaced Gobert with a random starting center in the league, and he would have given you the same exact performance, and let Jokic drop 31 points per game, and even let him drop fucking 40. I don't care if he's prime Tracy McGrady or Shaq. You can't be letting the man drop 40 on your head when you're the Defensive Player of the Year, let alone 4-time Defensive Player of the Year award. Like, what the fuck am I witnessing? I know this guy was happy as fuck Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. were selling throughout the whole series, but shit, the Timberwolves winning the series might have been terrible in the long run, because we all saw what happened in the next round. We all seen this guy get cooked in pick and roll by 2 different centers in fucking Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford throughout the whole series. And wow, cherry on the top, him getting cooked like roast turkey by Luka, where he was looking like Bambi on ice to get dropped the fuck off, and to make matters worse, of course, Luka would let him know just how much of a bum he is after hitting that shot. And you know, this wasn't a one-off incident. This man, Luka, has been part of the Rudy Gobert hater club for a while. Just watch this clip right here, where Gobert shows his top-tier skills on offense and throws the ball backcourt, and Luka proceeds to call him a fucking dumbass. And the disrespect wouldn't end there, because in the post-game interview, Luka would say this about Gobert.
I think that depends who's guarding me. There's a
You
lot.
had the defensive player of the year on you.
Yeah. I mean, he's long, he can't move. I can move fast, but I can move faster than him. So.
Bro really got called slow by an overweight Overwatch Grandmaster, and it's clear to see that nobody in the NBA respects this man. Just see how everyone was laughing when Shaq brought up he's a defensive player of the year. Like, come on, bruh. This man 4 defensive player of the year awards. He's getting shit talked by players like Dwight Howard, Shaq, DeMarcus Cousins, and we even got Chauncey Billups talking about how he game planned the Clippers to attack him all series when he was the assistant coach with them. Like, bruh, how the fuck do we have fucking coaches shit talking you? And worst of all, just watch this shit. Like, bruh.
Gonna be on the
Perfect
floor.
example. They played the Minnesota Timberwolves. There is zero reason Rudy Gobert should have been on that court.
Zero.
But you are paying him about $40-50 million.
How the fuck do we have Theo fucking Pinson questioning why you're even on the fucking court? It's bad when we got G League players questioning why you're even on the court. Nah, man. Nobody respects this bum. You might ask, why do I hate this guy so much? Well, I have a little story. Back 4 years ago, I was walking back from home from school in hot-ass weather. I opened the Bleacher Report app, and I see the NBA season is cancelled because Gobert got infected with COVID. Mind you, this was after he was coughing and touching the mics in a post-game interview, thinking he was funny. Like, no, bro, you're a fucking clown. And you got the league shut down. And the funniest shit is, he ended up infecting Donovan Mitchell. And ever since then, Mitchell hated him. And damn right he should. And the cherry on the top is, after this whole fiasco, he ends up liking this tweet and a bunch of other similar tweets. It's just clear this guy is brain dead and never learned his lesson. I don't really dislike any player on this video, but Rudy Gobert is an exception. He's an absolute brain dead minion, on and off the court. And as long as he's on the Timberwolves, I'm going to be praying on their downfall. Whatever team Rudy Gobert is on, I'm their #1 hater. I don't care. Number 1 on this list should be obvious, and it's none other than Jason Tatum. First of all, why the fuck is there a random Y in his name? His parents really tried to sneak in a Y in there like we wouldn't notice. And I know the name isn't his fault. He didn't name himself. But bro, his name perfectly encapsulates him as a player because he's trying too hard to look cool. Have you ever watched this guy in post-game interviews or anytime he just talks in general? It seems like he just scripted his answers in advance. Like, nothing seems natural. He always gives some my player ass response, like he's living his dream of playing in the NBA through a video game. Like, come on, man, wake the fuck up. You're actually in the NBA. And nothing he says sounds like he means it. Like, everyone saw that we did it shit, right? I'm gonna play that clip because everyone needs to be reminded how diabolical that shit was.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's a surreal feeling. We did it. We did it! Oh my God, we did it.
So much emotion.
Like, come on, bro. That shit was the most difficult, forced shit I had to watch. Not to mention how he's straight up copying KG bar for bar. Like, you ain't KG, little bro. Like, somebody said it best in the comments when they said he's the only player in the NBA history to lose aura after winning the championship. This shit wasn't a one-off event though. This man has a tendency to cosplay as other NBA players like a fucking imposter. Bro, you're already in the NBA yourself. I mean, this man has 2-minute compilations of him copying other players bar for bar. Like, he's a bot, but his biggest obsession is Kobe. I get that Kobe is his favorite player of all time, but come on, bro. Why is he putting on his jersey and copying his moves and mentioning Kobe any chance? But the most egregious shit was him DMing Kobe, "I got you." Like, come on, bro. Really? Saying that shit is one thing. Why even post that to social media? That's just weird. Like, weird. Tatum really cemented his spot as the most auraless player in the league this summer when he went on to the Olympics, where he would be a healthy scratch in some games, and even when he did play after fans were crying, bro was mediocre. Like, come on, bro. How are you the supposed best player in the team that just won the championship and you're a healthy scratch? And when you're put on the court, instead of proving Steve Kerr wrong, you just showed why you were benched in the first place. To top it all off, he would finish the summer with one last impression when he was in China. And this time, Tatum showed he's all for equality and gave his best Angel Reese impression.